Hi, I'm Chad with Move for Guitar. This lesson is from our series, Music Theory for Guitar. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to harmonize the major scale with Shell Voicings. First off, if you like the diagrams for everything in this series, including the diagrams for this lesson, you can download our free eGuide, Music Theory for Guitar. And this eGuide will be something that you can study and use as a reference for years to come. And like I said, it's free, so there's no reason not to just go download it. But I am working on it as I'm filming this lesson, so if it's available, a link will pop up on the screen that will allow you to download it. If no link appears, you can look in the description and it'll say whether it's available or coming soon. And if it's not available yet, you can sign up for our mailing list and we'll send you a copy as soon as it is available. Also, if you're signed up for our mailing list, you'll receive all updated versions as well. But don't worry, you don't need the eGuide to follow along with this lesson because all of the charts will be on the screen. And also be sure to subscribe because we add at least one new lesson every day. This is part 3.15 from our series, Music Theory for Guitar. If you'd like to go back and start at the beginning, you can click the link on the screen. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to harmonize the major scale with Shell Voicings, and this is probably just a review for you if you've come this far in the series. I'm sure you can figure this out, but I just want to cover it to make sure you fully have the concept. So we're just going to start in the key of G like we did before, and obviously we're looking at the G major scale right now on the whole fretboard, and we'll start with the G major 7th, and your Shell voicing with the G major 7 is right here. We're just going to take this Shell voicing and move each note up to the next note in the scale like we've done every single time. This becomes our new root, and we're going to go through the whole scale harmonizing it with the Shell voicings like that. So here's G major 7 in root position starting on the 6th string. We're going to go up to the next chord in the scale, move each of the notes up to the next closest note in the scale. We'd end up with a minor 7. Because that's the 2 chord in a harmonized major scale. Do it again, we have another minor 7. That's a 3 chord. Do it again, we have a major 7th, which is the 4 chord. Do it again, we have a dominant 7th, which is the 5 chord. Do it again, we have a minor 7th again, which is the 6 chord. Do it again, we have a minor 7 flat 5, which is the 7 chord. And as you can see, like I mentioned in the last lesson, going from a minor 7 to a minor 7 flat 5 with Shell voicings, you're now just holding the same shape. So before with the drop chords, you actually had to change your shape because you had that 5 in there, so you had to lower the 5th. But with Shell voicings, since there's no 5, you just have a root, a 3, and a 7th. The root, the 3, and the 7th in a minor 7 flat 5 is the same as what the root, the 3, and the 7th are in a minor 7th, so you're just keeping the same shape. So that's a nice thing when you're harmonizing the major scale with Shell voicings. You have one less shape to worry about. And then do it again, you're back to the 1 chord an octave higher, which is a major 7th. So that's on the 6th string, and then we can do it on the 5th string because the Shell voicings were starting on the 6th string, and then the next one was starting on the 5th string. And this time we'll do it in the key of C, just so I can start down low on the neck like I did in the key of G on the 6th string. And your first major 7 chord, which is your 1 chord, starts right here. And it goes to these 3 notes. That's your major 7th Shell voicing on the 5th string. And then again, just like always, we're going to go up to the next closest note in the scale with each of the notes. And then the lowest one then becomes our new root. So here's a major 7th with the 5th string root. This is the 1 chord. Your next chord's a minor 7th, so you move that flat 3 back as you move the chord up. Your next one's another minor 7th, that's a 3 chord. The 4 chord is a major 7th. 5 chord is a dominant 7th. 6 chord's a minor 7th again. 7th chord is a minor 7 flat 5, but again there's no 5th, so that shape stays the same from the minor 7 to the minor 7 flat 5. And then you're back to the 1 chord, which is a major 7th in octave higher. So it's really simple. I'm sure you already know how to do that since we've done this multiple times with the other chords, but I just want to make sure you're completely clear on it. And also just want to point out again that going from a minor 7 to a minor 7 flat 5, the shape stays the exact same, the chord stays the exact same, the intervals and the voicing and all that, because you don't have that fifth to deal with. And that's the only difference between a minor 7 and a minor 7 flat 5 is the fifth. So that's how to harmonize the major scale with Shell Voicings. Go ahead and move on to the next lesson where I'm going to talk about drop 2 and 4 chords, which are another useful way to play 7th chords. And download the eGuide. All these diagrams are in there. And be sure to subscribe because we add at least one new lesson every day.